All right, amazing. Let's keep going. All right, guys, let's start with probably your favorite, prospecting. Okay, this is the one that most of you guys during our poll earlier were struggling with. Most of you guys who dropped the one in the chat, make sure your ears are wide open and your eyes are wide open so you can literally see exactly what's happening on the screen. Now, one thing I want to say before moving forward with the rest of the presentation, I wanted to make this presentation the most simplistic presentation because sometimes when we overcomplicate things or when I go too in depth, it starts to confuse people. But if I can use simple things like analogies and images and GIFs to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about, then it makes the presentation so much better and allows you guys, the viewers and the watchers and the people who are learning, it allows it to enter your brain in a way where you can easily say, aha, I understand it. Okay, so this presentation is going to be super clean, super simple, and it's going to make you say aha many times during the presentation. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing I actually want to do and what I want to talk about is, well, what is prospecting? Okay, what the hell is prospecting? Prospecting has been used across so many different types of terms. Let's really go through this really quick, okay? Prospecting is the first step in the sales process, which consists of identifying potential customers, AKA prospects, okay? The goal of prospecting is to develop a database of likely customers and then systematically communicate with them in hopes of converting them from a potential customer to a paid customer. Does everybody understand that? Very simple, very self-explanatory. Drop a yes in the chat if you guys understand what really prospecting is. Prospecting is literally a way to grow your database, okay? It's a way for you to generate lead. It's called lead generation in the agency terminology, right? Or in pretty much any business, right? It's a way for you to generate leads, a way for you to get people to say, yes, I'm interested in your services, a way for you to actually accelerate your agency, because this literally is the first domino that you are going to have in your agency. If you cannot, and I repeat, if you cannot push this domino over, you will have zero of an agency. You'll have zero clients. You will literally have zero team members, zero revenue. If you cannot lay down the bricks for the prospecting foundation, okay, that domino will never tip over and you will never make any money in this game, okay? So it's very important over the next couple of minutes that you guys really understand what it is that I'm talking to you guys about. And I want you to digest and take whatever it is that you can in and try to implement it into your own agency, okay? So guys, after speaking with thousands of agency owners from all over the world, literally there's dozens of thousands of users inside of DashClicks, okay? I started seeing some major patterns, okay? This is how most agencies prospect, okay? You got one guy, one fishing pole, okay? Now, I want you to imagine this fishing pole as your prospecting method, okay? So you got one prospecting method, you're throwing it out into the ocean, right? You got your little fishing pole here, and you're pulling as hard as you can on that freaking fishing pole, okay? And then the outcome of that is this. You catch a little baby minnow, right? And you get all excited, okay? So what I need you guys to focus on here in this very simplistic analogy, okay? If you're only fishing with one line and you're catching small fish, that's a huge issue, okay? Because if you are literally casting out your fishing pole into the ocean of customers, okay, what's going to happen is you can only reel in one at a time. I've never seen anybody cast out a fishing pole and catch 10 fish unless you're on the freaking Atlantic crab fisherman show, whatever the hell that is, where they're casting nets, okay? But all I'm saying is think about that fishing pole as one prospecting way. That prospecting could be, prospecting opportunity could be anything. It could be mass emailing. It could be cold calling, right? It's just one way for you to go out and reel in prospects, okay? And then obviously, it sucks when you catch little minnow fish, okay? Now, this is the way that we prospect. My focus as a business owner and as an agency owner, okay, is literally to get as many of these fishing poles into the water as I possibly can, all working simultaneously to generate leads. Okay, does everybody understand what's going on here? Can I say yes in the chat really quick? If you guys are understanding this so far, I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page, okay? Once again, I'm trying to paint pictures for you guys. You guys can see this at the 10,000 foot overview of what's happening, okay? So my goal, and somebody said it here in the chat, I think Maria said it, a whole crew of professional fishermen, right? Now, what's cool about this is this doesn't necessarily mean that all of these arrows have to be physical people. These can be automations, right? So what if there was a way to go out, literally build a dock like this with tons of fishermen that are all day just going out and casting their lines every single day, casting lines. And guess what? If you're casting lines, you're catching fish, people, okay? I wish I could move this thing out of the way. But basically, it says the more lines that you actually throw out into the water, the more fish that you'll actually catch, okay? Does that make sense, guys? Is that making sense to you guys? 200 in the chat? 200 in the chat, that makes a little bit of sense to you guys, okay? So what I wanted to do, and I figured it was only right that I would share with you guys our multiple prospecting streams, okay? So what I'll do is I'm going to throw out a bunch of opportunities here in boxes, and then you guys can screenshot at the end, okay? So think about one of those fishing lines is cold calling. Now, a lot of people just do this. So imagine if this was your agency and all you did was cold calling, you didn't do anything else for outbound, for outreach, for prospecting, right? Which in turn is all really much the same shit, okay? So if all you did in your business was just cold calling, well, guess what, guys? There's years where I did just cold calling and sold millions of dollars worth of digital marketing services just from one prospecting tactic, okay? But when you really want to escalate that to the next level, okay? When you really want to bring that to the next level and really start making more money, start scaling your agency, you need to also focus on multiple prospecting streams, and you need to do it in a way where it's automated. You need to try to automate as much as possible. Another thing that you guys should know is most people think automation is done by softwares. I am not only talking about automated softwares, I'm talking about automating the delegation of the tasks so that other people can do it. That, to me, as a business owner, is automation, right? And that's where a team comes into play. That's where most of you guys will hire sales reps, will hire VAs, will hire people to go do outreach, right? So that way you don't have to physically go out and do all that grunt work. So what you really need to focus on for every one of these boxes that I'm going to display here is, how can I automate it? And I have two options to automate it. I can either automate it with a software where I don't need a human interaction, or I need to get a human to do this and I'm automating it so I don't physically need to do it. Does everybody understand that? 3 in the chat really quick if you guys are on the same page as me. 3 in the chat really quick if you guys are on the same page. I just want to make sure we're all here on the same page. Awesome. Let's keep going. So cold calling is awesome. Facebook ads is awesome. Being an agency owner and doing lead generation Facebook ad campaigns where you're getting opt-in information or people opting in on your ads to get a free report or an Instasite if you're using Instasite. There's so many different ways that you can do this, right? Obviously, just to take one step back, cold calling is pretty self-explanatory, right? Picking up the phone and dialing. You can run Google ads for your agency to start getting people who are looking maybe locally or nationally, whatever it is that you're targeting, people who are looking for specific services, your ads can be displayed there. Those things can pretty much be automated. And that's automated with software and human interaction, right? Kind of both. LinkedIn outreach, there's tons of automated softwares that you can use that'll do outbound LinkedIn outreach where you literally probably don't even have to touch it and you can start generating leads every single day. Same thing with Instagram outreach. Facebook outreach, going into Facebook and friend requesting a bunch of people and then DMing them, obviously doing this strategically, right? Posting YouTube videos, okay? Shooting a YouTube video on, if you're going after roofers, shoot a YouTube video. Most successful lead generation strategies for roofing companies. Shoot the video, 5-minute video, give some awesome value, post it on YouTube, okay? Guys, I cannot explain to you how many new users we get at DashClicks and how many revenue we generate for social agency for us simply taking videos and posting them online. People find the videos, people watch the videos. It's a super important thing that you can do. SEO, people locally looking for you, right? Optimizing your website. For those of you guys who have an agency website, go out, drag and drop. It's a super easy builder. Go out and start optimizing your website, or have DashClicks do SEO for you, or get somebody to do SEO for you, whatever the case may be. Optimize your website locally for people looking for your business, okay? Does that make sense? Blogging, going out and writing blogs on your actual website. Mass emailing, sending mass email campaigns daily to try to get people on the line. Guys, once again, these are all fishing lines that I'm throwing into the ocean every single day, okay, to try to catch fish. Local trade shows, going and opening up a booth at a local trade shows. Joining Facebook groups, okay, joining Facebook groups and trying to get prospects from them. Opening up a call center is basically cold calling on steroids, okay, walking into businesses, speaking at events. Guys, does everybody understand? And there's probably so much other ones that are not on here, but these are some of the major ones that we use. In fact, I figured I would share the ones that work best for us. You guys cool with that? 300 in the chat real quick. Are you guys cool if after every one of these scenarios that we do, I just literally tell you which ones are the best for us and that worked? Okay, awesome. So cold calling for us was huge for us. It's probably where we made most of our money. Mass emailing was big for us. We used to do a lot of mass emailing back in the day. Call center, obviously you guys know me. I'm big into the call center game, okay? I love call centers. It's a way for me to take my cold calling and bring it to the next level, okay? And then walking into business, for those of you guys who have ever seen any of my trainings, where that's pretty much how I started, okay? Walking into businesses and generating hundreds of thousands of dollars worth in sales from digital marketing, literally just walking into businesses, okay, guys? Let's keep going. Who wants to see the prospecting softwares that we use? You guys okay with that? Drop a number 1 in the chat. Drop a number 1 in the chat. Maybe I'll show you some prospecting softwares that you are going to need to run your agency successfully. Let's give everybody a second to drop a 1 because I need some time to breathe. And I also need you guys to level up with me here. We got to get the action going. Awesome. All right, first thing you're going to need is a CRM system, okay? Without a CRM system, you can't run your business. It's not possible, okay? Especially if you're doing it at scale. If you're doing like one-off phone calls where you're booking like 1 or 2 appointments a week, great. You can use your notepad on your computer for that. But if you're being a real agency and you're getting 10, 15, 20 booked appointments on your calendar every single day, you bet your ass you need a CRM system, and you better get one quick, okay? Or else you're not going to be in business. You also need a scheduling system, okay? You need a scheduling system to be able to book these appointments on, be able to go out and send reminders and things like that. You obviously need a calendar. You need a predictive dialer if you're going to be using a call center approach. Now, once again, these are the softwares that we used, okay? You need a mass emailer. You need a software to go out and actually send out tons of mass emails. You need an SMTP service, which is going to be used to actually go out and relay all of those emails that you're sending out. If you're sending 100, 500, 1,000 emails outbound per day. InstaSites, huge, our own software. We used it. It was our number 1 tool, our favorite tool. We still use it till today. Okay, Insta Reports. If you guys are not using that, you need to really level up. These are amazing tools, especially as an agency owner, to go out and help you really scale your agency, okay? Now, once again, guys, the most crucial softwares that, in my opinion, that you're gonna need, obviously all of these are crucial, but having just a CRM system, InstaSites and Insta Reports, you can literally start scaling your agency, okay? These are the 3 things that you need, and they're very inexpensive, and you can go out and get these tools right here, right now, today, and start literally running, okay? So let's continue.